But our next speaker, when she was 14, her mom brought a famous singing production person to come hear her daughter sing, and she froze. She couldn't sing a word. And then another interesting thing, she was not born in the U.S. She was born in Germany. And she got into real estate and just built a huge business, bought RE/MAX franchises, went on to sell thousands and thousands of homes in real estate. And today, she's one of the top, most influential women at EXP, has thousands of agents and brokers in our organization. She's a visionary and a well-known human being we all love. Veronica Figueroa, everybody. Welcome her to the stage. Woo!
Hi. Hey everyone, I'm super excited. I know that we are wrapping this up, but I want you guys to just get up for me for real quick. Get up. Let's do this. Okay, so if you've been in the business for less than 5 years, raise your hand. All right, have a seat. You can sit down. You're still learning how to crawl. We're just getting started with you. And I'm going to share a date with you because I want you to recognize how many amazing days you have actually spent in real estate. If you've been in the business for less than 5 years, congratulations to the 1,825 days that you have spent in real estate. Give them a round of applause. If you've been in the business 5 to 10, where are you at? Raise your hand. You guys are amazing. Congratulations. You're just getting your feet wet. All right, have a seat. Your number is 3,650 days. Feeling good? Yeah, it's been an interesting ride, right? 10 to 20 years, where are you guys at? I want to see your hands. You guys are rock stars. Like Brent said, right? Monsters, right? We've been through a couple cycles. A lot of door knocking, a lot of no's, a lot of rejection. Whew, we're a little exhausted. Your number is 7,000, up to 7,300 days. Those are my friends there. I started with you guys. 20 to 30. You guys can have a seat, by the way. 20 to 30. You guys are the real OGs. Where are you guys? Raise your hand. Look around. These are the legends, okay? Wow, you guys need a break. You get to sit down because you guys look tired, okay? Unless you're at EXP, right? All right, so your number is 10,950 days. Thank you, my friends, for leading the way. All right, so everyone else standing, you have been in the business more than 30 years. Give a round of applause to these leaders who have pioneered the way for us. They have opened so many doors for us. They are a force of nature. And we may feel like we just got hit by one this year. Have a seat. I love you guys. All right, so 12,000 plus days. So I just wanted you guys to kind of get up, recognize who's in the room, and make sure we recognize, man, we have all been on this journey, and we still feel like we're figuring it out every day. So I'm going to share a little video with you really quick, just to share with you guys how every single day I wake up curious to go out there and do something different, but excited to try new things. And there's a man who trusted me, and I want you guys to take a look at this.
If we see our businesses plateau, it's likely that we've quit working on ourselves.
There's always opportunity. How are you looking at it? What are you doing to lean into these opportunities? And instead of looking at all these new things that are coming out as threats, where are opportunities in these moments?
You have to trust that the universe is looking out for you. Once you start to believe that, then the universe starts to line up behind that belief system.
You're going to grow a team. We think the best platform is EXP.
How many of you guys are focused on how do I make sure that I build a true production team that generates millions of dollars in GCI? Okay, because I think that's what's going to get us through the next few years. Really high productive teams.
SLAs are not culture. You all have SLAs, service level agreements, all like the rules of engagement for your team, your ISA, your real estate agent, your transaction, the thing they have to do and how many minutes they do it. That is not your culture. That's just the rule book. The question is, do you as the business leader have the vigor, the energy, and the interest to walk in every day, or have a delegate to walk in every day to make sure people actually follow those SLAs and are continually improving them and improving the way you do business?
When you're building a business, sometimes you have to make hard decisions, and it's not always going to feel good. But if you're doing it for the right reasons and you really are focused, you can.
All right. So first of all, I want to share that with you because in that room, I had three of the most brilliant people that I could have ever imagined sitting in a table, and I recognized they had never met each other. I decided to host an event, and I challenged Glenn Sanford to step in the room with me and talk about teams. Every single team that you saw in that room, none of them were in my downline. Well, a few. None of them. I didn't care. Guess what downline they were in? Team EXP. So I'm on a mission for you guys today to leave really committed to play as one team. Glenn came in the room. He said, Veronica, I'm going to allow you to pick every single team that you believe belongs in that room. And selfishly, I could have picked my team. I said, I want the best teams in the country. So I went to every single alpha and every single beta. I said, who do you believe belongs in that room? Who's running good businesses? Who deserves to be seen? Who deserves to share what they're doing really well? And I took the leap of faith and I put this event together while I was in Italy, and I think I was having a panic attack. My husband witnessed it. He's like, what's wrong? He was like, I said, I'm just so nervous. What if I let Glenn down? He says, are you kidding me, Veronica? Glenn is going to thank you. Well, little did I know was that later, 45 days later, because of that meeting, Glenn would lock in a partnership with Realty.com. You just never know the opportunities that you have. That he had never met my friend, no matter what Curtis would say about the big Z. That my former friend who used to be the CBO of Zillow, who now runs a different company, who's a tech giant, would say, hey, I got to shake Glenn's hand. You never know who you're connecting. You never know what opportunities are there for you. But we've got to stop thinking that somebody's going to take something away from us. We've got to stop thinking that it's mine. None of it is ours. And that's why today I want to share with you guys some of the things that I've learned, and I've learned it from other people. And I'm actually sharing what others have taught me. So there are no secrets, number one. And to my friends who've been in the business for 30 years, I think you might agree with me. There are really no secrets in real estate. There's not. It's just who's going to take the action to apply it. So you guys see this number up here. You might think that's my size of my organization, but actually that's the number of days I've been in real estate as of today. 7,812 days in real estate. And 1,339 since the day I joined EXP, and my life changed forever. I joined EXP in 2019. I haven't even been here for 4 years. We built the #1 team in the world for EXP 2 years in a row. Now, I did not set out to do that. What I set out was to save my marriage, to be around really great leaders who inspired me, and to prove that I could be a really good operator and build really strong foundational businesses. Thank you. And I also recognize that every day I wake up super pumped. And as I was working on building this business, I recognized that I had to focus on working on me first. So I want to give a shout out to every single one of the friends and the peers that have poured into me over the last 3.5 years, because that's how long I've been here. Gil, my partner, my sponsor, and Lorena, they are amazing. You guys got to meet them. My husband, who's super supportive. Kathy, we've spent a lot of time together. She prays for me. She actually prayed for me in the bathroom right before I came out. I was like, I need to pray for me, girl. I got a potty right before I come on. But actually, Brent and her know that in November of last year, I sent them a video personally in tears, crying and saying, thank you so much for being in my life, because you guys, if it wasn't for you, I would not have restored my relationship with Christ. So there is so much more in this room today. And I'm going to get into the meat and potatoes, because everybody knows if you get on James Stroop's stage, you better deliver, okay? But I'm the closer before Brent gets up in here, but I want to get you guys excited. I want to get you guys excited just like you were the first time you got your real estate license. How many of you guys remember that? The first time you passed it. Remember that first deal? Nobody forgets that. Nobody forgets that excitement. Remember when you were willing to do whatever it took to make it happen? That's the feeling I want us to get back to. How about the first time someone named you as their sponsor? That felt good. How about the first time you got that rev share check? Right? So let's go back to those days. But what's it going to take? Remember, I said I set out to be one of the best operators in the country. I had to learn, just like Gene said. At 44 is when he started learning leadership. I feel like I'm just a baby in this game. Like I'm just getting started. I'm giddy. I'm excited. And if you know me, and my husband will tell you, man, she is obsessed every single day she gets up for the things that she does. So I'm going to ask you, are you equally obsessed? Maybe I'll have my John Sy moment, where I get, you're a beast. You're a beast. All of you guys are a beast, right? I love him, by the way. He's one of my favorite people. But here's the deal. We are all one of these, right? We're still growing up in the business. We've already talked about that. But these companies, in our career, what's the one thing we know over the last 20 years? These companies have grown right before our eyes. And they have one thing in common. They operate as if it still was day one in their business. And I'm going to give you 3 of the books that I actually am reading right now. One is Exactly What to Say. The other one is I Love It Here. And the other one is It's Always Day One. No one knows day one, and I want to give credit to my good friend Chris, who put me onto this story. No one knows day one better than this man here. You guys know who he is, right? Now, what's interesting, as I'm learning more about how these tech giants build these companies, and I think of how Glenn operates, and now seeing him back in CEO role, and some of my other friends who operate tech companies and who have helped with prop tech, every day is day one for the ones who are doing it right. We need to adopt this same principle in our business. But what's really interesting about Jeff is that Jeff writes a letter every single year to his board of directors, to his investors, to his employees, reminding them that we are still operating as if it is day one. Even when they hit billion-dollar valuation, trillion-dollar market cap, even when it went down, even when they lost $1 trillion, every single day in every single letter to their investors, to their employees, to their team, it is still day one. The market's been crazy over the last few years. We've had some fun. We've probably had some of our most profitable years. Would you agree? Now, what do we do now? We're having to realize that some things are going to change over the next few years. And I was in a home with Gene the other day in Orlando, and he says, hey, guys, it's okay right now if we're in maintenance mode and we're rebuilding mode. It's okay. This was the last few years. But right now, we're gonna take care of our people, right? And we're still gonna come back and love on them like if it was day one, not because we're celebrating what we did the last 2 years. So, what I want you guys to do today is leave here as if it was day one in your business, where you're excited, where you're pumped, where you're willing to do whatever it takes to grow your team, your business, your production, your organization, as if you were excited the very first day you started. Can we go back to that feeling when we recognize? Jeff says day one is it's the spirit of creativity. It's the spirit of excitement, of invention, of being so giddy about your business that nothing that you did yesterday matters. It's what you do today that matters, and what you do tomorrow, and for the right reasons. And it's something that we can all learn from in our business. So it's funny. So Jeff writes the letter over and over again every single year. And one brave employee stands up and says, hey, Jeff, you talk a lot about day one. What's day two look like? He's like, oh, you want to know how many of you guys want to know what day two looks like? Yeah, right? Well, this is a pretty interesting concept. I was curious too. Day two is stasis, followed by irrelevance, followed by excruciating, painful decline, followed by death. And that is why it's always day one. okay? Because here's what we know. In our industry, there's a lot of companies got really comfortable. They got really comfortable thinking they cracked the code. I came from one of those companies. A lot of agents get really comfortable in their business and they stop prospecting and they start doing the things that they normally would do, right? They get really comfortable and here comes someone else taking their business. We've seen a couple of day two businesses, haven't we? Is that who we want to be? We're very clear that that's not who we are here at EXP, right? We're changing the game. But we have to go back to our teams and our production teams and our downlines and everybody and remind them that today is day one. See, what we did the last 2 years, the belt that I wore the last 2 years in production, none of that matters. What matters today is how I'm showing up for my team today. What are we doing? We're going back to the basics, picking up the phone and calling people and asking them, how are you doing? Looking at our business and seeing what are the things that we're not doing that we should be doing in our business that we know we should be doing that we're not doing that we stop doing. That every single one of you can jot something down today. You know if you're playing as if it's day one or are you day two? You decide. So, what does day one look like? I'm going to give you some key elements as to what you should be doing in day one so that we can continue to win. Guys, this is a journey. We have not reached the destination yet. And we never will if we continue to play day one because we will continue to change lives. And we're not on a mission to change just one life. Like Gil said, this is a legacy. This is about your children and your grandchildren who aren't here yet. Some of them aren't even here yet. And that's what we're building. We are changing real estate forever. And we have to have a day one mindset. Because the day we get too comfortable, we know what happens. Ask your broker when you left how they felt. All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to skill up. We have got to skill up. We've got to go and refine our skills. We've got to get better. Look at Gil. Last year, no social media. Now he's got over 40,000 followers. Today is the day that you make a choice that you're going to learn something new. Levi, YouTube, 2 years ago, didn't know it, learned it. Michael Reese says it best. If you have a gun to head, would you learn something that you need to learn that will change your family's life for the rest of your life? So how are you going to skill up? What are the things that you need to do? And I don't want to hear, oh, I'm too old. Oh, I don't know. I've never turned on the camera. I've never done social media. It is the season to skill up so that the people that you are leading can see, hey, it's not too late. If I can learn this, I could apply it. If I can do it, so can you. So there are zero excuses moving forward because today is day one, right? We're skilling up. We know we have to do this for the people who trust us. There will be copycats. There will be lots of models, but there will only be one EXP. And it's leaders like you that skill up and say, we've never arrived. A lot of us thought we did arrive. A lot of us thought that we're selling into the sunset. Newsflash, we got some work to do. And it starts with us skilling up. And coming together to share the skills that we have like we've been doing. Like in that room when Glenn Sanford sat with some of the best teams across the country. And he himself was with a pen and paper, eager to learn. And 30 days later, he's back as CEO and he's changing the game again. Okay? Because for Glenn, I'm sure it's day one again. What's next? Oh, but wait. This is another thing that Jeff said to his team. But there is no rest for the weary. Customers are always beautifully, wonderfully dissatisfied. They are divinely discontent. Even when they don't know it yet, customers always want something better. Don't your agents, the ones who loved you yesterday, sometimes want a little bit more? Sometimes you think, but I loved you, but I'm your friend. I taught you everything. They still need more. They want more. They want you to show up. But what are the things that they need? The same reasons they joined you. Support, coaching, training, love. Sometimes it's just advice. But hey, don't we as consumers always want more? Thank you, Jeff Bezos, for making it so easy in our life, right? We just click a button. We want it right there. Poof, we want everything right there. Instant gratification. But they continue to rise and get better and better. We can apply that same principle in our business. We just have to learn to skill up. So, what are some of the other things you need to do? Activities. What are the activities that you know you should be doing that you're not doing today that would change your business and your team's business? I'll share quickly what we're doing. We're going back to the basics. We're having events. It's what Gene and what Brent taught us to do, and we are eventing it up. And we're going to continue to do more things to bring more value in our community. But this time, it's open to everybody. I'm going after every EXP orphan. Guess what? Before you think about leaving EXP, come see me. Come see me in my market, because I'm not going to let you drown. I'm not going to let you suffer in this market. Who are you calling in your market? So many people are like, oh, that's already an EXP agent. That's the person you need to be helping. This is your company. This is your team. This is not about whose downline they're in. I have built an entire production team around agents who are not even in my downline, but they're on my team, and I'm on Team EXP. Okay? Learn new skills. You know what? I thought I was good, but now I'm not. I got so much that I can learn. I just became a certified guide, one of the only in the country for Phil M. Jones. Why? Because I want to sharpen my skills. I want to get better. I want to know what I can do to help certify my agents. I want to know how to help them become better scripters and master the buyer conversation, the listing consultation. What are the things that you're doing that you can say, I could do more of that to help my people get better? This is how you grow production. When people ask me, well, what's the secret formula? You get better as a leader, your people will get better as a leader. This is what we do on our team. We're having career nights. We're celebrating people. We're calling people. We're having fun. So the activities that you do, make sure they're aligned with what you enjoy, because I have fun doing the things that I do. But I'm on a mission to help people be productive. It's all around that. And I'll give it all away. Come to my office, take my playbook. I don't care. I want you to win. Even if you're not winning with me today, I just want to be your plan B when your broker messes up. All right, so another letter that Jeff said as we wrap up, it's not easy to work here. You can work long, hard, or smart, but at Amazon, you can't choose 2 out of 3. We're working to build something important. Such things aren't always meant to be easy. And that's what Gene said. The next few years might not be as easy as it was the last 2. But I didn't sign up for easy, because today's day 1. And we got a winning mindset, and we're going to get through the hard times, just like the other big giants did. They've had their bad days. We may face some, but here's what I know. When we're accountable to each other in this room, because I'm going to get a show of hands of the people who are telling me today's day 1. We're going to grow together, and we're going to get through this together, and we're going to help our teams be together. But when you're accountable to someone else, how many times do we do things for other people, but we don't do it for ourselves? Let's do this together. Accountability will grow your business, and it will grow your team's businesses and your agent's business. Be accountable to someone. Be accountable to your spouse, to your partner, to your upline, to your, I don't care, to your neighbor. But be accountable to someone, because that is what leaders do. We're not afraid to let people know, I need a little bit of help. Hold me accountable. And my coach, John Cheplack, we talk about, he's taught me this. Accountability is the highest form of love. Go love someone and go be loved. All right, I'm going to share something that I haven't shared publicly, but I'm not afraid. Last few years have been great for us. But guess what? Our lead count is down 19% overall, pretty much like every single company out there. But look at our activities. We went from 130 dials last year to the year before, to almost 200,000 with a 50% increase. We went from 115,000 text messages to 220,000 text messages. Our activities are up. Our emails are up. Our appointments are up. Our ISAs are dialing. We're all in there grinding. Why? Because if I say I'm going to do something, they hold me accountable. And if they say they're going to do something, we hold them accountable. Because that's how you build a production team. That's how you become number 1 in your market. Go do the things that you say you're going to do, and go help your people. Measure. Now, this is something that I want you guys also to just internalize. Who needs your A game? Who needs your A game today? This came from Brendan Bouchard. I had the pleasure of meeting him. He has this on his desk. And a friend of mine sent me the picture, and he shared this with me as well in the story when he shared this. Who needs your A game? Sometimes I need yours, borrow mine. We're going to need each other's A game in the next 24 months. But guess what? Today's day one. We're going to get excited every single day. Put a ring on your business. Marry it. We're not playing small here. We have to commit that we are here to at EXP, even in the bad days, even when someone leaves, even if someone rejects us. We're committed to this. This isn't every once in a while. This is every single day. I'm here for the long haul. I hope you are too. Commit to the job that needs to be done. I'll go really fast on this. You know what you need to do. Keep the schedule that needs to be kept. Commit to training and coaching and collaboration, which is why you guys are all here as leaders. So I don't even have to convince you to do that. But go and help people now in your market. Go pick up the phone on the person and invite the person that you haven't talked to for years to that training you're hosting. Be okay with inviting them to your office. It's the call that they probably need right now. Go coach someone up. Go call your local other line in your market that you don't collaborate with. Pick up the phone and do something together with them. Commit to what needs to be cut too. Cut the habits. Cut the negative talk. Cut the alcohol. Cut the toxic people out of your life. This is the only way we're going to grow. Okay? Commit to accepting failure and disappointment. Not that I want to be negative. This is going to help you guys. Accept that some people will leave. But remember, so many more are coming to us. And those are the ones we want to help. Commit to not falling out of love with what you do. We have to stay consistent. We have to stay true. And we have to stay in the game even on the days when it doesn't feel good. Can I get a yes or yes? All right. Fight against equilibrium. Do not get into a comfort zone. Stay excited. Stay focused. But remember, every once in a while, comfort can get us too, comfort could be the enemy. Please stay focused, stay true, and fight against equilibrium. Those are the words from Jeff. Now, final message. What's not going to change in the next 10 years? Everybody says, what's going to change? Imagine if you go to Gene and say, what's changing, Gene? Gene's like, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but here's what's not changing. Real estate agents need leaders. Real estate agents need training. Real estate agents need mentors. Buyers and sellers still need real estate agents. We have to show up in our business. That's what's not going to change. It doesn't matter what the interest rate is. It doesn't matter what the commission split is. Real estate agents need a brokerage. Has that not changed? That's always going to stay the same for now, at least. That's what I think is going to happen over the last 30 years. It hasn't changed. So that's not going to change. So stop worrying about what's going to change and focus on the things that you know isn't. People still need you. So go help them because we've got a lot of work to do, but we're going to have some fun doing it. Every single day is day one. Who's with me that today is still day one at EXP? I love you guys all. I'm cheering for you all. If you need anything, I'm always here for you.